Welcome everyone for Merriwood South Boys Basketball Showdown. It is the number 1 ranked in Division 5 Newman Catholic Cardinals traveling to Auburndale to take on preseason number 6, the Eagles of Auburndale. Speaking of Eagles, we have a special pregame interview with the Godfather himself, Jason Zaleski. So let's send it down to Jason. Or we're going to send it down to our courtside reporter, Tracy, for the interview.
Hello, Abby Eagle. Can you do the gritty for us? Very good, very good. Okay, do you think Auburndale's going to win tonight? Okay, I like it. What's your best dance move? Thank you for your time.
All right, thank you, Tracy. Pregame interview with the Eagle. Jason Zaleski has been trying to get that Eagle on microphone, on film for months now. We finally got the opportunity. I'm Dan Ross. With me is the heir to the Zaleski Sports throne, Trevor Zaleski, and the Godfather himself is here. He'll be joining us a little bit later. So we have a good one. It is Merriwood South Boys Basketball Night here on Zaleski Sports. Again, here we have the Newman Catholic Cardinals taking on the Auburndale Eagles. Newman Catholic comes in at 6-0, 4-0 in conference. Again, they're the top-ranked team in Division 5. But that comes with a caveat tonight. For the second consecutive game, Merriwood South defending Player of the Year Mason Prey is not going to play. He is in street clothes, recovering from a knee injury. A lot of talk online, a lot of talk amongst coaches and doctors trying to figure out how long he's going to be out. Nobody really knows. But we can say that tonight he is in street clothes. He is going to be a coach and spectator on the bench. How does that affect the Newman Catholic Cardinals? It really takes away a big scoring threat, obviously, averaging 25 a game, but it really shortens up the bench as well, as Newman Catholic is not a very deep team. They came off a win. They're coming off a win at home against Assumption, where the role players really stepped up. Ended up being a fairly easy win. But for Newman Catholic to win tonight, they're going to have to come in. They're going to have to shoot the ball well. They're going to have to stay out of foul trouble. And they're going to need big contributions from Eli Gustafson, Jackson Fender, and obviously Isaac Seidel and Connor Kroc. The Auburndale Eagles came in preseason number 6. They are 5-1 overall, 3-1 in conference. They have slid out of the top 10 in Division 4. They did lose at Marathon early in the season. That was here on Zaleski Sports as well. A real close road loss to the Red Raiders of Marathon, who are ranked number 8 in the state, undefeated as of now. They travel to Stratford tonight. The Assumption Royals host the Edgar Wildcats. All 3 games can be found on Zaleski Sports. Auburndale is led by most guys that are back from last year. Lucas Yeski, Alex Wolfert, Mason White Eagle, Caden Weinfurter. They're up to the challenge. They have had this game circled on the calendar. It's going to be a good one. Let's take 60 seconds. We'll be back in a little bit. It is number 1 Newman traveling to Auburndale after this on Zaleski Sports.
I really got to understand what a nurse is. Do they focus on you? You know, do they make sure that you're comfortable? And, you know, that's what Shai has. It's the connection that he has, you know, my best interest in mind, always.
Why wait another day? Let's take the next step together towards a better life.
When buying or selling land, the biggest decision you make is choosing your representation. Whitetail Properties is the top real estate company for selling hunting land, recreational properties, and farms. Our nationwide network of sportsmen, farmers, and investors offers a great opportunity for you to capitalize on the true market value of your property. In central Wisconsin, Brian Roosh is your local land specialist and is ready to help you get started on all of your property needs.
And now at this time, if you are able, we ask you to please stand. Please remove all caps. Draw your attention to our nation's flag as we honor our country, and especially those who are serving us and who have served us in our nation's military, as the Auburndale Pack Band plays our national anthem.
Great playing by the Auburndale band. Maybe best band in the Mirawood South. I have heard a lot of them this year, and that may be the best. Welcome again. I'm Dan Ross, Trevor Zaleski, Jason Zaleski. We're all here, Auburndale High School. We survived the winter drive down from Wausau, Slippery Drive. Starting lineups for the Newman Catholic Cardinals. Again, Player of the Year Mason Prey is out for the second consecutive game, which means that Thomas Bates will take his starting spot. Bates is not Mason Prey. He's more of a role player, but he is stepping up, as everybody on the Newman Catholic Cardinals team is. Jackson Fender, he's averaging 4.3 points a game. He's going to be shooting threes from the outside. Connor Kroc, number 10, senior, 10 points a game, 13 boards, 4 assists. Connor Kroc, quarterback of the state championship football team at Newman Catholic. Isaac Seidel, 16 points a game, 4.5 assists, and Eli Gustafson, 7 points, but nearly 10 rebounds a game. For the Auburndale Eagles, Auburndale already with 1 loss in conference. A win tonight puts them into a tie with Newman with 1 loss, but they have to win. A really big game for the Eagles here tonight. You want to play Newman Catholic at home? It's a game that you circle. Lucas Yeski, 12 points a game, 3 rebounds. Alex Wolfert, 13.7 points, 3 assists. Evan Scholl, 7 points, 4 rebounds. Mason White Eagle, 12 points, 3 rebounds. And Caden Weinferter, sharpshooter from the outside, 11 points a game. Newman Catholic in their red jerseys. They'll be going from left to right on your TV screen. The Auburndale Eagles in the home whites, the blue trim, blue font. It's going to be a good one. Gustafson wins the tip, and Newman Catholic will start with the ball. Auburndale starts man-to-man. Patient offensively. See Auburndale's switching screens. Kroc works in the post. Over his left shoulder. First 2 is good. You figure that if Newman is going to win this game, they're going to need big games out of Connor Kroc, Eli Gustafson, some shooting from Isaac Seidel. Eagles first possession. Newman comes out in man. They do play man. They play 1-3-1 quite a bit. Really depends on what Coach Waldvogel wants to do, up-tempo or slow it down. First shot from the outside. Scholl for 3 is good, and the Eagles take a 1-point lead. First shot goes down for both teams. Not even a minute in, both teams are on the board. Seidel, high pick and roll. Kroc, looks like it was tipped. Coming back the other way. Gustafson's matched up on Weinferter. Weinfurter obviously from the outside. That's a nice underhand scoop shot by Wolford. It's 5-2 Auburndale. Gustafson guarding Weinfurter size-wise makes a lot of sense, but you wouldn't expect Gustafson to be patrolling the three. This is Seidel from the outside. One of the best shooters in the conference. Shows it there. 5-5. Both teams score in the mid-60s on average per game. This is Yeski from top of the key. No good. Ball's loose. Seidel comes down with the rebound. The Cardinals want to run. Here's Kroc. Kroc blows right past the defender. He's fouled. He'll shoot 2. Wilford called for the foul. It's going to be his first. Quick first move. Connor's kind of a bigger player. He's put a lot of work in the weight room. He was just announced as the Wausau Football Player of the Year. I believe that was today or last night. First free throw is no good. Again, he was the quarterback. He's a senior now of the state championship football team. Really nice kid. Kind of does everything for the basketball team. Misses both free throws. Yeski comes down with the rebound. We're still tied at 5. Inside touch. This is White Eagle. Nice find outside. Yeski for 3 is good. That was good the whole way. 8-5 Auburndale. Seidel drives to the basket. He's fouled on the drive. It's going to be out of bounds underneath for the Cardinals. Falls on Mason White Eagle, his first. Box set. Underneath. Quick hitter's not there. Bates with the ball, top of the key. Be interesting to see how Auburndale guards Isaac Seidel tonight. Assumption did a good job face guarding him the whole game. The give and go, Kroc to Bates for 2. Up and down, high scoring game so far. 15-10 left to play in the first half. It's 8-7. This is Wilford for 2, no good. Kroc with the rebound. Quickly the other way. Finds Bates, back to Kroc. Fender, inside Gustafson, back outside Kroc. Newman being patient this time down. Feels like it's going to be a close game where every possession is going to count. Patience this time. Seidel drives to the hoop. Reverse layup is good. Nice looking play. Seidel's got 5 early. 9-8 Newman. 14:27 left to play in the first half. A lot of fans made the trip tonight. Like I said, this is a big game for Auburndale. These are the top 2 teams in the conference in the preseason. Long shot outside Weinfurter. Back iron, no good. Gustafson with the rebound. Newman calling a set play here. Cross screen. Kroc gets the ball in the paint. Outside Bates. Passes up the 3. Inside to Gustafson. He's fouled. He'll shoot 2. That foul goes on Lucas Yeski. 3 foul calls on the Eagles early on. Gustafson to shoot 2. There are 3 Eagle players ready to check in. Auburndale, a deeper team than Newman tonight. First free throw is no good. 0 for 3 at the line of the Cardinals so far. Into the game, Blake Robb. Great game last time out. And Caden Anderson. Second free throw for Gustafson is an air ball. In a close game, those types of things could come back to haunt you. 13:50 left to play in the first half. It's a 1-point Newman Catholic lead. They show 1-3-1 this time down. They do like to trap the corners on this. from what we've seen. Seidel is top of the zone. Here's Rob. Skip pass to Anderson. Should not be a surprise that Newman is showing the 1-3-1. They play it all year. Auburndale obviously saw it. Goes to the high post. No good. Rebound by Wilford. Up and in. A lot of times in those zones, whether it's a 2-3 or a 1-3-1 or a 1-2-2, rebounding at a premium. A lot of offensive rebounds. 10-9 Eagles on top of the Cardinals. Teams know each other really well. Seidel, kind of a step back three off the rim to the right, no good. One-handed rebound by Weber. Auburndale won this matchup on this floor last year. I believe it was by 4 or 6. It was something around there. Newman won the home game. Auburndale got really hot last year. Rab for three, no good. Fight for the rebound underneath, comes out White Eagle. 3-second call on Caden Anderson. He was in the paint for a while. Auburndale got off to a shaky start last year. About a 500 team, about 10 games in. And then they hit the afterburners and ended up being the hottest team in the conference. Too far back to win the conference last year, thanks to Marathon Stratford. Bates on the outside. Gets it to Kroc. Kroc, 12-foot jumper, good. He's got all the tools. 11-10 Cardinals. Again, everybody in the Merwood South playing tonight. That's a turnover. Stratford hosts Marathon, so we're going to get a good sense of how good Marathon is. Marathon and Newman, both 4-0 in conference. Auburndale, a game back. Games against the Merwood North also count in the conference standings. The South, always a tough conference. I would say that the Merwood South is the best small school conference in the entire state. Top to bottom, Merwood South, all sports, just good athletes, good schools, good coaches. Here's Fender, his first shot of the night, in and out, no good. Wilford with the rebound. Quickly the other way. Newman is able to get back in the zone. High post touch, back outside. Rab has it again. Throws it into the corner. Again, Newman likes to trap out of that corner. Auburndale trying to be patient. Skip pass. Rab. From the short corner. Skip pass. An extra pass. Wilford. 3-ball. Off the rim. No good. Connor gets the rebound and he's fouled by Weber. Zone is not something that a lot of teams see in the Merwood South. Boys basketball-wise. Girls basketball-wise, you'll see a lot of it in the North and South. Different types of zones. Seidel, 3, got it. The closeout was too slow. Cardinals with their biggest lead of the game, 14-10. Ball movement against the zone, not great right now. Wilford has the ball. Nice pass to Anderson. He's trapped in the corner. He's in some trouble. Looking. It looked like the official called a timeout for Newman Catholic in the trap. It's not Newman's ball. I'm not exactly sure what the call is. Auburndale does get some reinforcements in. A big break for the Eagles because that trap was in the corner and it was good. Stolen away. Jackson Fender. Left-handed layup is good. 6-point lead for the Cardinals. It's early in this game. It's a 6-point lead. Obviously, if you are Auburndale, you do not want to see this grow to double digits. High post touch, Yeski. Weinfurter, long three is good. Auburndale needed that. 16-13, 9:35 to play. You see that Newman Catholic has not subbed yet. Again, they're not going to go real deep unless they get into foul trouble, which they are not yet. No fouls. Welcome to the broadcast, Mr. Zaleski.
Hello. I'm
Count
here for the and one.
Yeah, count the basket.
You may have caught that before, Dan. Just to clarify on that inadvertent whistle down here in the corner. I happen to be standing right there. Coach Waldvogel was asking for 5 seconds. The official thought he put up timeout. So, inadvertent whistle.
It really benefited Auburndale there because he was trapped in there. Seidel trying to complete the three-point play, and he does. He's got 11 already. This might be the Isaac Seidel game. Tough shot. Doesn't fall for Anderson. Newman went man that time down. Trying to switch up defenses. Gustafson picks up his dribble. Newman resets. Seidel's feeling it. He's calling for the ball. He's calling for a screen. It's going to be another foul call. That's the 6th team foul already on the Eagles.
6-0.
6-0.
In the foul call, and that was a trip on Weinfurter. So just his first. Yeah, thank you, Dan, for having me here tonight. I had some other plans, but that's why they're called plans. They're not called whatever else, because plans can change, and they did tonight. I'm happy to be here.
The Godfather. We got the Godfather and the heir to the Zaleski Sports Empire.
Well, I was, you'll know the Seinfeld reference here. I was just watching it, though, the limousine show as Gustafson backs down. O'Brien and Murphy.
Yep.
That's us.
It is us.
O'Brien and Murphy.
I thought you were Murphy. Well, for top of the key, Newman in man this time down. It's an 8-point lead, the biggest lead of the game. Nice give and go, but the pass goes off the knee of White Eagle.
Yeah, pass just a little bit out in front there. A couple observations, if that's all right.
Absolutely.
All right. Good crowd here, for one. I got here a little later than others, but the parking lot was pretty full, so I knew we were in for a good crowd. Good student sections on both sides, although the Wausau crowd didn't. Well, they had much further to travel, as a travel is called on the floor. Auburndale kids, the school district is big, though, so they may have had a long ways to travel. But just observations, a lot of blue in the audience, and then some red, as you would imagine, behind the Newman bench. I talked to Coach Waldvogel on the bench before today's game. He told me what he did yesterday, that interview, and we're going to play that interview at halftime, by the way, of my talk with Jeff Waldvogel yesterday. But again, he reiterated to me, Dan, that he wants his guys to get to the rim and wants to be physical. He knows Auburndale's physical as White Eagle takes one away. So he thought he was in for a physical game today. That's what he was planning for. I don't know if he planned to be up by 6 here in the second quarter, but that's what it is.
Bates for 3, in and out. Connor gets called for. Got called for a foul.
Yeah, that left arm, and you told me because you saw Newman on Tuesday, and then your proximity to the gang there at Newman, that Connor had grew some muscles over the offseason, and he used his left arm muscles there. Timeout on the floor. Back for more basketball after this on Zaleski Sports.
Little Sprouts is now open in Rudolph with the same great child care you know about in Auburndale. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
The community here in Rudolph has been extremely welcoming, and we're excited to serve here just like we do up in Auburndale. Part of the process is to help out the school districts and to help the children stay, their 4K children to stay close and get services right here. We serve here in Rudolph 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds, and up in Auburndale we serve 6 weeks old until 12-year-olds.
Our Auburndale pea pods, wiggle worms, busy bees, and fireflies welcome the Rudolph sweet potatoes, lovely ladybugs, and beautiful butterflies. Contact Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
Back here in Auburndale coming out of a Newman Catholic timeout. 7:20 left here in the first half.
Wilford underneath for 2. Nice find. He's got 6. This lead was as large as 8. The Eagles are clawing back a little bit, pun intended.
With talons.
Talon back.
How did the interview go? How did that with the Eagle? How was that?
We got to see him do the gritty. I was not expecting that.
All right.
Yeah.
I walked away. just here's the microphone, kid. I walked away. Gracie Krings, the interviewee. The Eagle was the interviewer. Eagle was the interviewee, and I don't know. The kids down here is offensive foul on Isaac. Kids down here were a little nervous that the Eagle wouldn't have much to say, and then one of them said, "Well, it can't talk at all."
Yeah. Yeah. Eagles can't talk.
Oh, not usually. No, but I'm glad we had it. Let's see. Get crazy low pricing on toys at Fleet Farm going on right now. Save up to 50% on all toys, including top toy brands like Barbie, Melissa and Doug, Lego, Nerf. Don't forget, you'll always get the lowest price with the Fleet Farm price match guarantee. See store or fleetfarm.com for details.
Weinfurter for 3. 8-point lead down to 1. The last time down, tough foul on Isaac Seidel, especially because it was right underneath the basket where the contact occurred. Might be more of a, hey, it's a 6-0 or 6-1 foul advantage, and you know that Coach Weinfurter is in the ear of the officials about that. Tough shot by Seidel, doesn't go. Weinfurter with the rebound.
So, Dan, according to your math, could be an opportunity here for the Eagles to take its first lead of the game.
They led 3-2.
Oh, they did, okay.
They did.
Sorry. First lead in about 10, 15 minutes. Never mind, though. So Scholl tried to back down, and he got the chair pulled out from under him.
Yeah, the first person up cheering that was Mason Prey. Like, good call, official. Doing the traveling motion. Auburndale, a lot deeper team than the Cardinals. Subbing in and out every dead ball. The Cardinals have not subbed anyone. Yeah,
with Prey on the bench, and we see another injury there, so perhaps 6 tonight.
Fender, step back 3, no good. Connor with the rebound, put back, no good. Thought he was fouled.
Yeah, he thought he got pulled from behind. Whistle doesn't blow there.
Wow, Rob passed up to 3. It's going to be tough to get a better shot this possession. Yeski, turnaround jumper, no good.
Miscommunication, miscommunication there. Now, I was corrected and scolded a few times at Stratford on Tuesday. Blake Rab. Blake Rab.
Well, if it's something that we give our fans credit for, it's correcting us.
They're right there when you need that.
They are. Love them. Blake Rab.
Blake Rab in the game.
Yeah.
That's right. He was our player of the game. So there was...
I saw that.
Yeah, a couple on the... that were standing there listening to the interview as Wilford goes to the hole. They corrected me right as I was leaving the floor, which is fine. You know, I don't have any qualms about that. You can correct me anytime right now. As a matter of fact, Jaden Alway's mom corrects me right as I'm calling a play. So whatever.
Yeah.
You know. And I turned, I said to the lady, and we were having a nice conversation. I said, well, I hope he said his own name correctly when he put himself in the house. That's all I could say at that point. So Blake Rab.
Lucas Piffner subs in the game for the Cardinals. First substitution, first off the bench.
So that's our 6-man.
That is.
We found this out now. Yeah. Tonight it is. Yeah, tonight it is. Who's on the bench with Prey?
I'm not sure.
The crutches, we're not sure on that? Okay. Well, doesn't matter. Not playing tonight.
Not playing. DNP.
Rab with the ball fake, and he's going to draw a foul on the perimeter from Lucas Piffner.
Yeah, that is a
tight call.
That was a tight call. We could have seen that call about 30 times already this game. But you know what? 4:17 left. Let's do it.
1-point game.
Yep.
As a matter of fact. Quarterback of the football team, Trayton Weber with the ball. Picks up his dribble. Tell everybody about Nikolai Construction here in just a minute, so get your pens and paper ready. People have that? Pens and paper?
Wilford, 3 is good.
It's time to get back to work. It's time to find a great job with great pay at Nikolai Construction. Find year-round work in carpentry, concrete, and steel that has you home every night. Stop in and see Brad or Rob at Nikolai Construction on 29th Street in Marshfield. Get back to work and get back to work with Nikolai Construction. Now write that down and then give the guys a call on Monday morning. Get back to work.
Have a quick timeout, full timeout. Let's take a break. We'll be back with more Merwood South action after this on Zaleski Sports.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here. Start your classes and get your degree right here, or transfer to your 4-year.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here. In person at 4 convenient campuses, online or a hybrid.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here for your Career Accelerator Certificate, a quick way to get ahead in your career.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here. Register to start this spring.
Get started at mstc.edu.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here.
At the Granite Shop, we take great pride in what we do. We offer high-quality natural stone granite as well as a huge selection of man-made stone. With full slabs as well as a variety of partial remnants, you'll have no problem finding the stone that was meant for you. Our high-end, high-quality granite, quartz, and marble is perfect for any kitchen, bathroom, or remodel need. We are locally owned and operated on County Road C near Stratford. We service all of Wisconsin.
All right, back here to Auburndale. Time to tell you about Carrie Van Ert. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a free quote from Carrie Van Ert State Farm on auto, homeowners, renters, and more. For Marshfield, Wisconsin Rapids, and Auburndale residents, find Carrie Van Ert State Farm on Facebook to get started. See what the Cardinals learned out of the timeout.
Auburndale's been guarding Seidel a bit better the last couple times down. Eagles going on a little bit of a run, so good timeout by Coach Waldvogel. Bates gets into trouble.
He did, nearly stepped out of bounds. The official was right there.
We see that all the time in girls basketball. They love dribbling down right there. Gustafson for 3, misses it short. Blake Rabb with the rebound.
Thank you. Keep me out of trouble tonight.
Yeski pops in 3, no good. Kroc with the rebound.
It's a little bit short. Yeah,
Yep.
I like Kroc. He's got the ups, he's got the arms, he's got the headband. He's got it all happening here tonight. Good athlete, state champion in football, along with some of these other guys.
Back to back.
Back to back.
Longest win streak in the state.
I think they're at 26 games now.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Stolen away by Weber.
It's a lot. 26 straight football games. Kimberly had a big streak in Division I, 11-player football for a long time as Weinfurter got caught in the air.
Weinfurter made a couple shots. Tries on 3rd. Oh, that looked good. Tipped away. Nice play by Bates. Tip it to Kroc.
You know, I find interesting a lot of things, but in this Auburndale team in particular, Kane Weinfurter, big guy, but plays outside in the perimeter a lot.
He does.
And he makes shots out there, so.
That's a good move by Kroc, away from the double team. Able to get on the right side of the rim.
All right, tied at 23, 2-minute warning here in the first half. Lots of games, Dan. 9 games on the Zaleski Sports Network tonight, all found at ZaleskiSports.com. This here, though, is the Zaleski Sports Game of the Week.
Absolutely it is. We only do the best. Fall before the shot.
On the floor now. I'm gonna rant about this for a little while, because in Kaukauna and in Oshkosh and in Eau Claire and other places around the state, that's an and one. Here in rural Wisconsin, every single time it's on the floor. Every time. Modern basketball I like a little better, where we're going to score some points. The officials made the right call, because that's how it's called here in rural Wisconsin. But everywhere else in the world, that's a bucket.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, that's a tough shot by Weinfurter. Not sure what he was thinking.
Yeah, and Coach Weinfurter says he doesn't know either.
No. Yeah, I mean, on that drive to the basket, like give the offensive player the advantage, because he has him beat, right?
Yep.
It's like you're penalizing him for making a good move.
A good move. He beat the defender, but it's not penalized outside of rural Wisconsin. Everywhere else in Wisconsin, it's a bucket.
Nice little give and go. Weber's on the board for the first time.
And I'm talking high school basketball. Everywhere else in the state of Wisconsin, it's a bucket. and pretty much around the country. I spent some time in Indiana and some other places. We've seen teams from Minnesota, Illinois. Those are all buckets.
Tough play by Kroc. He gets it to go.
He's had a couple nice post moves, Dan, in the last couple minutes of floor play. And he's strutting around down there right now. He's banging into Weber.
Yeah, we talked a little. I talked a little bit about this pregame with you on the phone of Kroc being able to dominate the post. It's a key of the game if Newman wants to win this. Is Connor owning the paint? Last possession here for the Eagles. 11 on the clock.
Well, we're tied, or somebody's going to have a lead. Mr. Obvious here checking in. But this is what we got to look forward to at halftime. Blocked by Kroc.
Good if it goes.
Good if it goes.
And it's 8 feet away.
Or if Connor Kroc would have stayed out of the way. Listen, we joke we know these guys, so we're able to joke about this. 25-25, your halftime score on the Zaleski Sports Game of the Week. Had a chance to talk to Newman Cardinals head coach Jeff Waldvogel last night. This interview is available in its entirety on Facebook and YouTube, but we're going to play a portion of it for you right now. Coach on the Couch is sponsored by North Central Technical College. Did you know? You can start your 4-year degree locally. Visit ntc.edu to find out how. Welcome to Coach on the Couch. I'm your host, Jason Zaleski, visiting today with Newman Catholic boys basketball coach Jeff Waldvogel. Coach, before we get to the Newman Cardinals portion of your coaching career, just remind the audience what you were doing prior to coming to Newman Catholic High School.
I spent the last 4 years coaching at East High School, the East girls basketball team. Learned an awful lot doing that. I had a good time with it. Was able to do some really good things there. The record may not have been indicated the type of play that we played, but like I said, implemented a lot of different offenses, defenses to combat the talent that we were playing against, and I think it's paying off now with my start here at Newman.
Before we get to this year's team, just kind of lastly over at Wausau East, Wisconsin Valley Conference basketball, tough, gritty, day in and day out. What kind of lessons did you learn? What kind of things now do you take with you after your experience at East?
Well, we were on the short end of a lot of games, and what I'm taking to Newman is if we've got a big enough need, if we've got a big lead, get some of the better players off the court. Too many times when I was at East, there's 3 minutes to go in a game, and a lot of these teams still had their best players out on the court. And just to me, that's what I want to take to Newman if we're ever in that situation.
Okay, so let's talk about this year's basketball team. I wrote about it just on Monday earlier this week. You were kind of handed the keys to a Ferrari here this year, and in some aspects, the way I look at it is your job is just to keep the car going down the road a little bit. You're going to do more than that, but that, how do you? When I give you that kind of characterization of this year's Newman Catholic boys basketball team, how does that wash over you?
Very, very stressful. Very stressful. I coached at a school that the expectations weren't very high. If we got 4 or 5 wins, that was really good. And now I'm coaching at a school. If we lose 2 or 3 games, it's tough. So I'm hoping my experience helps pay dividends throughout this season.
Coming into the year, a lot of folks, including me, had your team as kind of conference champion favorites. Your current statewide rankings have your Cardinals as ranked number 1. How do you keep your team focused on basketball and tell them not to look at people like me?
Well, we just go through practice. Everything is very detailed out. We work on the same things, try to get better. They're learning new things. The style of play is different than what they were used to. We're focusing on playing great defense. At the end of the day, I tell them the defense is going to carry the day. And then obviously we've implemented some different offense from the past. So right now our practices are spent on just getting better at what we want to accomplish in the games.
First couple times with the boys, let's just maybe talk about those first couple practices. How do you go about setting expectations? Again, they're a very talented group, but take that aside. How do you, as a coach, how does Coach Waldvogel walk into the room and help his boys set expectations for the season, set goals?
Just through leadership, having control of the team, confidence, having a plan. I think I needed a much higher level plan for these guys. They're very competitive. They're very much into it. I wasn't used to that. But I will tell you that you learn to get used to that very quick because they have such high expectations. And I want to help them achieve their expectations and our goals. With our main goal, winning the conference and then going as far as we can in the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. I mentioned a moment ago the Wisconsin Valley Conference, being a tough, gritty type of conference. At Merriwood South, really no different. And I've called the Merriwood South Boys Basketball Conference before, from top to bottom, the most competitive conference in the entire state. There may be better, equipped teams, say a Division I or whatever. That's not what I'm talking about. But just the competitiveness from top to bottom. There are no nights off in your conference. How do you go about navigating through a schedule like that?
Just taking it one game at a time. We're not going to get caught looking ahead. Auburndale's next. Our next two games are Auburndale Marathon. They're both undefeated in the conference, and so we've got a big game tomorrow night. And once we get done with that game, then we'll start preparing for Marathon.
In your conference, you're a Division V school, so you're kind of one of the little kids on the block. How does playing those bigger schools? You mentioned Auburndale, Marathon, Stratford. How does playing those bigger schools help you when it comes time for playoff competitiveness?
Well, they're really good. Fortunately for us, we've got some really good kids. I've got 7 seniors, one that is out with a football injury. And so that leaves us with 6 seniors, and those kids are about winning. They put everything into it, and obviously they want to win, but they do it the right way as well.
Yeah, so let's talk about. Go ahead, sorry, Coach.
So that's what's really the drive behind how we can compete with these larger schools, because that's what's really important to them and to me as well.
Yeah, let's talk about the seniors as a group. I'll let you name a couple if you want later on when we finish this up soon. But let's talk about the seniors as a group. What are your expectations on a basketball team of the seniors? Are they to be coaches on the floor? Are they kind of the hype guys in the locker room? What kind of expectations? What role do you want your seniors to play?
I mentioned this after our last game. We didn't play with Mason Tuesday night, and after the Assumption game, I seen we suited 5 seniors, 5 different leaders, and they all lead differently. And together, they work so hard together, and they understand who should take the shots. They understand rotations on defense, how we should move the ball, and everything that's important to winning the game. And that's what I lean on right now, that senior leadership.
Like I said, I'm gonna give you a chance to name some of the guys if you want. The warning here is, through my experience, once you name a couple, if you forget somebody, it's a bit of a danger territory. So I'll take first stab at it. Isaac, a deep shooter, kind of that sniper out there on the outside. Mason, a nice slasher, cutter, gets to the rim really well. Eli, good rebounder, controls the paint. What is special about those 3 in particular?
Isaac and Mason are natural scorers. When we need a big basket, they both know who's got the hot hand. Actually, the whole team knows who's got the hot hand, and they find the hot hand. I don't need to tell them who's got the hot hand. So the good news is I have 2 natural scorers, and I have a bunch of very efficient scorers. The other night, Eli led us with 18. Connor chipped in 14, and Isaac had 14. It was, and Jackson had, 7 points, and Thomas Bateson scored, but very competitive kid. So I love them seniors. They play so hard, and they're great together as a unit.
So we mentioned some of the names. I'll give you a crack at another if you so choose. As the season progresses, there's always somebody on that team that they get better as the season goes on. They kind of rise to the occasion. They start kind of fitting in differently. As people are watching your Newman Cardinals play this year, who's maybe that guy that maybe we're going to find out more about as the season goes on?
Well, any one of the 5 underclassmen I've got on the team, Liam McCarty's can score down low. Quincy Fender can shoot the ball from distance. Lucas Piffner can handle the ball and shoot the ball. And then Aiden Spicala is a slasher and can get to the rim and do some nice thing on the boards. And then Anthony, he can shoot the ball. So I don't know which one of those 5 are going to come out of it. I've got a pretty good idea who will, but they all will be given that.
All right, welcome back to Auburndale. Halftime just about ready to be finished. We had some additional minutes of halftime because we had parents night at halftime here in Auburndale. Halftime show brought to you by Spectrum Benefit Solutions. Spectrum Benefit Solutions with offices located throughout central Wisconsin. Spectrum Benefit Solutions is your group benefits provider for health, dental, accident, and life insurance. Spectrum Benefit Solutions works with hundreds of clients of all sizes to help you attract and retain the best employees. Find Spectrum Benefit Solutions on Facebook to get started. Dan Ross, so we are tied at 25, so let's start with the road team. How about scoring in the first half for the Newman Catholic Fighting Cardinals?
Absolutely. Isaac Seidel leading the way. Leading scorer for both teams, 11 points, 2 triples, 2 twos, and a free throw. He's actually the only Cardinal to make a free throw. They're 1 of 5 at the line in the first half.
I remember that. I was standing down there taking a picture of him shooting a free throw.
Yeah, that's the only one they made.
Okay.
8 points for Connor Kroc, all 4 at the basket, 0 for 2 at the line. Then 2 points apiece for Thomas Bates, Quincy Fender, Eli Gustafson. And that's it, 25 points for the Cardinals, 1 of 5 at the line.
All right, there it is for the Newman Cardinals. Spectrum Benefit Solutions, our halftime show sponsor. Dan Ross will now tell us scoring for the Auburndale Eagles in the first half.
Yep, Alex Wolford, 9 points. 6 points for Ken Weinferter and 2 triples from the outside, back-to-back trips. A 3 from Evan Scholl and 2 points apiece for Trayton Weber, Mason White Eagle. That's 25. Auburndale has not been to the free throw line. 0 points for Blake Rabb.
Thank you. I'm pretty sure that the PA announcer also corrected me during that halftime presentation that they had here. All right, less than a minute left. Again, halftime updates brought to you by Spectrum Benefit Solutions with offices located throughout central Wisconsin. Spectrum Benefit Solutions works with hundreds of clients all over the place to help you attract and retain the best employees. Find Spectrum Benefit Solutions on Facebook to get started. Dan, we saw some good post play, I thought, from the Cardinals. Eli Gustafson holding his own down there. Connor Kroc making things happen. It didn't really see that specific tone of inside game from the Auburndale Eagles. They're certainly capable of it. What do you suppose Chad Weinferter was telling his Eagles at halftime?
Cover Isaac Seidel. Okay. He got off for 11 points in a short stretch. That's what gave Newman, I think, an 8-point lead at its biggest. They fought back. They have the troops, right? They have the bodies. Newman was a little bit tired late in that first half, and it's going to be interesting to see what Newman looks like at about the 11-minute mark and then at the 5-minute mark.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, it's an interesting game here today. This is it's a Merriwood South game. Talked about conference championships. I've talked a lot about them since football season. They don't mean much anymore, but still you like to win one if you can. And this winner here go a long way towards that. Of course, if it's Auburndale on the losing end, it'd be their second conference loss on the year. Newman comes into this one undefeated on the season. Everywhere.
Tied with Marathon on top. Marathon with a comfortable lead at Stratford, a 6 or 8 point lead.
Okay, that game live on Zaleski Sports. As a matter of fact, all Merriwood South boys games are live tonight. We're here. Dan just mentioned Marathon in Stratford, and it's Assumption and Edgar. So all games live at ZaleskiSports.com as we have turned into the Merriwood South Broadcast Network tonight.
White Eagle doesn't get it to go. Good look.
Yeah, nice back down for White Eagle. Just not able to turn and identify the rim, I don't think.
Gustafson goes baseline, gets to the basket. Went with the offhand and able to get all the way to the rim.
Nobody knows potatoes in Wisconsin quite like Heartland Farms. With roots in Amherst, I think that's a pun, and now based in Hancock, this 5th-generation potato and vegetable farm produces many varieties of chipping potatoes, currently farming 27,000 irrigated acres and growing. Learn more about the best in the potato business at heartland.farm. That's heartland.farm. Dan, if I could please take a minute to talk about activities on Twitter. We have a reward available for those that can lead us to the identification of the person or people who run Merriwood Pride on Twitter. It's a big reward, too.
Actually, a really good Twitter follow.
It is pretty good. I follow. I know the company Twitter page follows, and we're going to find this out. We're going to launch a full-blown investigation, and we're going to find it out. Starting now.
Connor Kroc does not get it to go. Another fight. He just plain stole it. He's a thief.
Well, I mean, look at his arms.
It's big. A lot of action, no scoring yet here in the second half.
And he's out here, and he's stomping around on the perimeter. He's got the ball now. You better be careful. You might squish the air right out of it.
Gustafson missed 2 more free throws. He 0 for 4 at the line.
Yeah. Well, in a tight game, those free throws will come back to haunt you.
Bates, top of the key. Auburndale playing man. I don't know if they play anything else, honestly. Seidel drive, back iron, no good. Another fight for the rebound. Still loose.
Caden Weinfurter, who never moved an inch on the missed shot, gets the rebound.
Yep.
It's the way the ball bounces.
Yeski finds White Eagle. Back outside. That's an NBA 3. Why not?
He hit it from Marshfield, Dan. And that's why he plays the perimeter, apparently.
Hey, if that's where he scores from, that's where he scores from. 28-25. Auburndale with their biggest lead of the game.
Score update from the Cloverbelt East. We saw Columbus out to a big lead over Neilsville at halftime. Owen Withy 50, Greenwood 7 at the half.
Oof.
Oof. Oof. Owen Withy just beat somebody by 72 on Tuesday.
I saw that.
Gilman, I think it was.
I saw that, and they're not even the best team in the conference. No. Probably not that close.
No. We'll see, though. They almost got Columbus last year.
Yep.
At home, it was a
last-second shot, right?
Yeah, shot with a couple of seconds left on the clock to let Columbus leave Northern Clark County with a win.
Yeah, and Columbus is a type of team that can get pushed hard by a team and beat the same team the next night by 50.
Yeah. Yep.
Seidel driving to the paint. Block shot. That was a travel call. Like maybe a jump ball there, right? Because the ball left his hands. It was blocked. It looked like a good, clean block, and the ball was loose.
The thing, if Isaac would let me talk to him, I would tell him, we're taking that in on 3 guys, though. What are we doing there? So sometimes you kind of make your own misfortune, I suppose.
Do not disagree. White Eagle in the paint. Gets it back outside. Wolfert. Kind of a slip pass in the short corner. Nothing there. Outside Weber. 3, short. White Eagle there to clean it up.
Just White Eagle that possession, and probably all of them, but that one in particular I was watching, he never stopped moving. He never stopped grinding and eventually found his way to the ball.
Kroc takes it himself all the way to the basket. He'll shoot 2.
Yeah, he's going to shake his hair and his headband and head to the free throw line. Your business's go-to for both public and private warehousing is Purple Mountain Solutions. Whatever it is you're shipping, you can depend on Purple Mountain Solutions to get it there safely and efficiently. Newman hasn't scored yet in the half. Well, there goes that.
Announcer's jinx.
I said it after he released the free throw, so I'll take that one.
Kind of a dangerous time for Newman right now.
I think so. That's why I started to mention it, although Connor helps to right the ship here a little bit. Weinfurter with a made 3, White Eagle, a bucket. Those are the 5 points for Auburndale in the second half. So both teams kind of coming out a little slow, but yeah, you get that feeling, Dan, if Auburndale is able to go on some sort of run here, another pass inside to White Eagle, not able to corral it. Auburndale goes on some sort of run here at home, yeah, then you can ring the danger bell.
Yeah, and Seidel has not had an outside opportunity in quite some time.
Yeah, and Auburndale's not going to let him, it doesn't appear.
He had his. It's over.
Yeah, Weber sticking close to Isaac now and continues to follow him around the floor.
Yeah, the longer the game goes on, the legs get a little bit heavier, so you can close up a little bit more. Kroc, stolen from behind, taken down. This is not football, sir.
Yeah, Kroc then pulled down who was at Scholl. Yeah, you know, and Dan and I talked about this off air a couple times, but it's turned out to be true here. Auburndale will, it seems like, they'll play at whatever speed you'd like to play. They can ramp it up if they have to. They'd rather slow and grind you out, and that's what this one has turned out to be. And as long as they can keep Seidel under wraps, as Weinfurter with a nice shot fake.
Yeah, and a three-point shooter, you don't like to shot fake, then move further on the arc and shoot again. Makes it a lower percentage shot.
White Eagle steal.
Yeah, Gustafson a little bit lazy with the ball. 3-point lead, 13.5 to play.
Late arriving crowd here walking in front of the camera. At least wave, guys, when you go past the camera.
Wilfer hits a three. The lead is up to 6. I thought maybe Waldvogel may take a timeout here. Hasn't.
Well, I had the thought, too.
Tough three, no good.
Yeah, contested three. Weber did a nice job of at least getting a hand up and made it more difficult than it could have been.
Yeah, offensively, Newman's having a little bit of trouble. They're missing Mason a little bit.
Well, yeah. Just the lane play by these Eagles, Dan, has been tremendous the last 3-4 minutes, the last 4 or 5 times down. And there's the timeout. It's an 8-point Eagles lead on Zaleski Sports.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and zero premium, company paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood.
So Auburndale playing well, Dan. Tell us about that lane play, just the ability to identify the weak side of the lane and why that's so impactful in the game of basketball.
Yeah, what Auburndale is taking advantage of is the ball handler being able to beat the defender off the dribble and getting to the lane. Once you're in the lane, you need some sort of help defense, and the weak side defender is coming over, and that's where the slip pass is coming from because he has to leave his man.
Well, Gustafson gets the Cardinals pointed back in the right direction coming out of the timeout. Talk about it in volleyball a lot. Volleyball coaches, they want the timeout to be a side out. Basketball coaches certainly don't mind if timeout leads to points.
Wilford doesn't get it to go. Connor Kroc, the strongest man on the floor with the rebound.
Certainly
Tough
is.
pass. Bates able to settle it down a little bit. Connor fakes the 20-footer. he can hit it, but...
Solid fake. It was a solid fake.
Bates, tough pass. Defender. Wow, reverse layup. Good.
Nice job there by Jackson Fender just to finish underneath. Baseline pass coming under the basket.
Yeah, quick 4-0 spurt out of that timeout. Again, this is the starting 5 for the Cardinals. Not a whole lot of help. He did get hit on the arm. It's a good call by the official.
Yep, certainly did. Bates contacted on the way up. Trayton Weber will head to the line for 2, and as he does, find your next career path with just a phone call to Express Employment Professionals. With locations in Wausau, Stevens Point, and Marshfield, no matter where you are in central Wisconsin, save yourself some time and find your next employer at expresspros.com as Lucas Yeski in and Scholl out for the Eagles.
The official really wanted that sub in. I don't think the ball was through the hoop yet. Don't forget him.
Got an eye for the scorer's table.
Yeah, that's his job. Second free throw, no good. Those are the first free throws by the Eagles tonight.
The whole night.
All night.
Okay. Yeah, and I think what that indicates more than anything is their fascination is not the right word, but their ability to shoot from the outside. They really haven't gone inside up, up until recent. They really have stayed on the perimeter. The Eagles have.
You see Auburndale trying to get past the first defender. That's where they've been most successful.
Strong rebound from Anderson, blocked by Gustafson.
They got a little 2-on-1. Bates by himself, reverse layup, good. Feel like he made that a little bit harder than he had to.
Thomas Bates, let's get him on the 3 to see this week. That was a good play.
Headband, hair flowing.
And the reverse layup. That was nice. So here's Connor Kroc carrying Alex Wilford under the basket. Coach Waldvogel wanted to travel. Somebody else wanted to tie up, but it turns into a foul.
Yeah, Croc's third. That's interesting. 10:49 left.
Yeah, when you're short-handed,
yep.
That's the thing. So Connor's going to have to play a little careful, not just because he's got 3 fouls, but because of the short-handedness of these Cardinals tonight.
Yeah, a couple of them have been a little ticky-tack for the Marywood South, they'd say. Rab for 3, no good. Anderson skies for the rebound. Top of the key, Wilford, 3, got it!
Well, Wilford gives the Eagles a 6-point lead. I think Blake Robb would have hit that 3-pointer, though. Blake Rabb did not.
Could be.
I better just stop. I'm going to get in all kinds of trouble from the Auburndale fans. I like the people here in Auburndale.
Extra pass, Seidel, top of the key, 3. Ooh, missed.
Well, very dangerous there to leave Seidel open like that, and then Kroc and Wilford bouncing around on the floor.
That is our first jump ball of the game.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
Put the jump ball counter up on the screen.
With the style of basketball we have here in front of us, 1 jump ball seems appropriate.
White Eagle back in the game.
And just 1.
This game started out so quick. I thought we were going to have a game in the 60s or 70s, and we're not going to get there.
I don't think so.
Kroc for 3.
Unloads. He hangs the 3 fingers in the air for all to see as he comes down the floor.
He's telling you it's a 3-point game.
Well, true. White Eagles made some noise recently. He takes Kroc in the lane. Got Kroc up. Boy, Dan, I thought if he took that shot there, he might have tagged Kroc with his 4th. But we'll never know.
Maybe here. Smart play. White Eagle.
Yeah, smart play by White Eagle and smart play by Kroc. He got, he let him come in too deep and, contested but stayed in his own space on the way up.
Connor drives to the basket.
Boy, yeah.
And they're calling it on the ground defensive. Oh, no, it is offensive.
Yeah, so that's number 4 on Kroc. So about 1:20 game time was all it took for Kroc to go from 3 to 4. And we're going to get a substitution. And this is going to be Liam McCarty coming in as Kroc is going to sit for a while.
That's trouble.
5-point deficit, and Connor Kroc on the bench. He's kind of an attitude leader out there in a good way, right? He gives a good basketball attitude. He's a leader on the floor with the style of play. We just saw a moment ago he can score points, but it's a big loss for the Cardinals here in this game.
Yeah, he's the best athlete on the floor whenever he's on it.
Yeah.
He'd be the first to tell you that basketball's not his first sport. But, man, if you're a coach, you want athletes.
Yep.
A little quick hitter out of bounds, going to stay with Auburndale. Newman lucky that was a missed layup.
First-year coach Jeff Waldvogel was talking to Connor Kroc about that very thing as he came out, too. It was good coaching there by Coach Waldvogel, I thought. Even though I didn't hear a word he said, but the body language, everything was good there.
You saw the head nods, you saw the hand on the shoulder.
Yep. Fourth quarter here in Auburndale. Coming down to the nitty-gritty. Eagles lead by 5.
The witching hour.
It is the witching hour.
Wilford was going to take that. Everybody in the gym saw that coming. Long rebound. Bates has it. His friends are telling him to slow it down. Seidel, NBA 3. Back iron, no good.
Yeah, with Kroc on the bench, Seidel's had, not his best. How many points for Isaac tonight?
He has 11 all in the first half.
Yeah, 11 in the first half, which is pretty good. Tough shot angle there for Yeski, but he's probably feeling like, geez, with Connor on the floor, I need to do more, and he takes it to the rack here and is going to earn a couple of free throws.
Yeah, that's really smart by Isaac.
Yeah. But team leader, senior, right? He's realized he's got 2 of his pals on the bench, and he's going to need to pick it up. Down by 5.
White Eagle has 3, so he might be going to the bench here. We'll see. We'll see how much faith Coach Weinfurter has in him.
Ag Country Farm Credit Services is a farmer-owned co-op offering a wide array of custom financing and financial services. From loans and leases to crop insurance, tax, and records, they have you covered. Contact Ag Country in Stevens Point, Wausau, Marshfield, and Medford.
Seidel almost automatic from the free throw line. One of the best free throw shooters in the conference. One of the best shooters in the conference.
Got a sweet stroke.
Yep.
Yeah, ripped the net there a couple of times.
He's up to 13. 3-point game again. 8:11 left. Maybe we'll have an exciting finish.
Yeah,
Nice
Wilford
take.
right back. Yeah, he attacked Seidel there, so went right after him to score.
He's got 17.
It's a good game from Wilford.
Yep, absolutely. Oh, tough pass. It's just too long.
Well, yeah, Yeski got out and got in front and deflected it, but right, because of the length of that pass, Yeski was able to get out in front of his the player he was defending and get that pass deflected.
Yeah, it's one thing if your offensive player has the defender sealed, but if he doesn't have him on his butt, then it's tough.
Rab almost blindly deflected that inbound pass. That just means he's in the right spot.
Yeah. Seidel to his right, step back, 16-footer, no good. Gustafson with the rebound, back to Seidel. 3, no good. He's missed a couple shots that you almost expect to go in. Gustafson all by himself for 2. Looked like he might have got hit on the arm.
Well, he called for and 1. He called for it.
Back to 3. 1 possession game. Rumor has it. Oh, here's a 3 outside. Weinfurter just didn't have his feet set.
Move past that one.
Yeah.
What were you going to tell us?
So, a survey sent out to ADs and coaches about the shot clock today.
Well, okay. We had the votes 3 years ago, and then the cowards voted no at the last minute. No, we did.
I know
they
we
were
did.
there.
I know.
Okay, well.
Bates doesn't get it to go. He looks like a wrecking ball.
Fun to watch, though.
Yeah.
Weinfurter took steps before and then got caught with the offensive foul. As they say, Dan, ball don't lie.
Ball don't lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bates is, he has the 1970s look out here.
Oh, yeah.
Like his shorts are too long, but he has the defensive position where he has his hands up and his butt like way out. Like exactly how you teach it in the 70s.
We're going to talk more about the Flint Tropics right after this on Zaleski Sports.
What Heartland Farms is a large potato and vegetable operation. Who Heartland Farms is a group of hardworking, dedicated people who have a common vision.
Heartland Farms is an accumulation of individuals who came from family farm backgrounds, grew up on family farms, and now have come together as one larger team to own and manage a much larger farm enterprise.
We come back here to Auburndale. Eagles still hang on to a 3-point lead. Cardinals with the ball. We were just talking about the Flint Tropics, or at least the Thomas Bates version of the Flint Tropics, and Dan's looking up who I think he resembles most in the movie, Woody Harrelson's character. We're just trying to figure out the character's name. We'll find it here. I keep thinking Roy Munson. That's Kingpin, though. That's a whole different thing. It's a whole different thing. Close, though, to Thomas Bates in the same way, I think. 3 here is off the mark. Weinfurter with the rebound off the missed 3 from Jackson Fender.
I bet you we have fans at home that know if Monix.
Maybe. Oh yeah, Monix.
Monix, yeah.
Monix.
It just came to me.
Yeah, Monix came in and he kind of stole the show. Under talked about character in that movie, Andre 3000 from Outkast.
Yeah.
He was he made it to the NBA in the movie, and won Lucas Yeski.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot that I think that's going to be on Bates, right? Yeah, there's just not a whole lot he could do. He was trying to get out of the way, if nothing else.
Yeski heads to the line, tell you about Whitetail Properties. For the best in recreational or hunting properties in Wisconsin, call Brian Roosh with Whitetail Properties. Share your goals with Brian, and he'll just tell you where and how to make it a reality. 715-213-4468. That's 715-213-4468 for Whitetail Properties.
Coach Waldvogel pushing the chips all in here. Kroc back on the floor. Seidel give and go. 3 is good. He needed that one to go.
If Seidel can back up his teammate Connor Kroc, that's going to work out for Coach Waldvogel. Probably Jeff had kind of a number in his mind. It could have been a clock, it could have been the scoreboard or the score, but something in there triggered as Yeski fires back.
Yep. Answers back. Back and forth we go now. Leads back to 5. Yeah, these shooters, if they're top of the key, and if there's any space at all, that ball's going up, and a lot of times that goes in. It's a shot that we all know in the gym. That's the first place you shoot from.
This will be Rab's foul. So let's talk about the shot clock. It's needed here in Wisconsin. It has been for quite some time. They do the shot clock at high school basketball at many other states. So that the thing always has been, well, yeah, but there are some schools that may not be able to pull that off. Well, okay, they do it in other states. So they've all pulled it off in the other states. Other states have the same size schools we do. Everybody's got the same dynamics, and the game is it's just better played, it's better looking, and it's better participated in when there's more scoring. And that's what a shot clock does.
Yeah, a lot more strategy in late games, obviously.
Yeah.
As someone who coaches junior college here, I will say that finding people to work it is a pain, but that's a one-year thing, right? Seidel 3, short, no good.
Yeah, and I think the other states probably are able to do it because they're just good at their school tradition, their rich school traditions, and we have those here. So we've got 3 people at the scorer's table here in Auburndale. One more, and you got your shot clock. That's not that big of a deal, and we're just so overdue on it. Just so overdue. This nonsense about holding the ball for 90 seconds, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. It's got to end.
Yeah, we don't see it so much here, right? But if it is a close game, a team will go into their 4-corner stall offense with 4 minutes left, and nobody wants to see it. Nobody in the gym wants to see it.
Because it's not basketball anymore. That's why. What we've seen here all night is basketball. But passing the ball around the perimeter for 90 seconds isn't basketball. You can do that out in the street. Just throw the ball around.
Yeah.
No, that's not basketball anymore, and that's what the shot clock avoids. So there you go. Everybody knows where we stand on this, Dan, and we just hope the people who failed us a few years ago on voting no, hopefully it comes to a vote again and we get there.
Yeah, there's going to be an associated cost with it. Plus, you have to pay staff member. I understand it completely, right? But for the good of the game and the growth of the game in the state, I think it's time. I really do.
Because other places do it in this country. So, obviously, it's achievable.
Yep. Seidel gets Connor a post touch, finds Bates, 3, well short. Yeski with the rebound.
Danger now territory for the Cardinals, Dan. They trail by 7, and here we go. We're going to pass the ball around. And with the rules how they are, you can't blame a coach for saying let's waste a minute here.
When I was in high school, we played Adams Friendship, and they tried to win scoring under 20. Nobody wants to see it.
Yeah. See, right here, we'd be about 10 seconds from the shot clock expiring, and we'd be playing basketball instead of the ring around the rosy here.
Yeah, and there's so much more strategy, right? Because you can have a 3-quarter court press where you're not trying to steal the ball, you're trying to slow them down, so that when they start their offensive possession, there's 18 on the clock or something, right? There's just so much more to the game that opens up. This has been,
this is plus a minute now.
Second?
Oh, yeah. This is plus. So we began the possession with 4:57, and we're at 3:40. Now a shot comes. So we burned a minute 20. All right. So Cardinals, though, get a chance.
Seidel 3. That looked good the whole way. Still breathing. 4-point game. 3:25 left. We'll be back with more near Mirawood South. Game of the week on Zaleski Sports.
For over 50 years, the Dental Clinic of Marshfield has served the area with the talent and expertise of big city dentistry with a hometown feel. With our multi-specialty staff and board-certified periodontist, orthodontist, and pediatric dentist, Dental Clinic of Marshfield has solutions for our patients of all ages from 1 to 100. We take pride in being in-network with an array of insurance companies to meet the needs of our community and our patients. No matter what your dental need, the Dental Clinic of Marshfield will be there for you.
At Bauer & Fine Business Technologies in Marshfield, our company has been serving Central Wisconsin since 1955. We're still locally owned and believe strongly in supporting the communities that support us. If you're a current customer, thank you. If you're not a current customer, we'd love to work with you. Let's talk about copiers, printers, postage meters, and network services. Give us a call today at 800-288-2712 or visit our website at b-bt.com. Bauer & Fine Business Technologies. Better business together.
Barreling down the stretch we come. Dan Ross to my right. My name is Jason Zaleski. Hope you're having a good time watching our Zaleski Sports Game of the Week. 4-point Eagles lead with the ball.
Marathon up 11 at Stratford. Edgar up 2 at Assumption. A barn burner.
That's the rest of your Merriwood boys basketball scores. It's a final over in Greenwood. Owen Withy 83, Greenwood 15 boys basketball.
Got him right at the end.
We're doing highlights of that game later tonight, as a matter of fact. That was our highlight reporter checking in. Hey, listen, we'll give Owen Withy some credit. I mean, we'll give him some publicity. They've been running up the score on everybody.
Dangerous pass, White Eagle. It looked like he might have dragged that foot.
Yeah, boy, there must have been a magnet under the floor here in Auburndale to keep that down. Marshfield leads by 1 late over at DC Everest. That game live on Zaleski Sports, boys basketball score.
That is at Marshfield?
It's at Everest.
At Everest.
Yeah.
Everest having a pretty good season. They are ranked in our Zaleski Sports media poll.
Yeah, and if they win this game, they may be ranked statewide. They lose it, they won't be for sure.
All right, well, you keep your eye on that game. I'll keep
will.
an eye on this game.
Okay, thanks.
White Eagle misses. First free throw. Marathon and Newman tied for first atop the conference, undefeated. Auburndale a game back. You feel like if Auburndale wants to win the conference, it's a big game for them.
Yeah, absolutely it is. After losing at Marathon 2 weeks ago, it is a big game.
Yep. 4-point game. Seidel across the timeline. Being hounded. That's a hammer pass. Gustafson has it. Back to Fender.
Auburndale still, I mean, they're playing some tight defense. This is a 5-point game, so, I mean, they're not going to loosen things up, but impressed with the defense here for the Eagles.
Seidel for 3, top of the key.
Even with the good defense, though, shooters shoot, Dan. Shooters shoot.
2-point game, 2:17 left. Auburndale trying to spread out the Newman defense. Seidel's going to take the foul.
Yeah, that'll be free throws coming up for Caden Weinfurter. And again, just in case I missed before, I want to make crystal clear my comments about the shot clock. Nothing to do with Chad Weinfurter. We were just using that as a case in point there. And all coaches, given the rules that we have, would do the exact same thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, we see it all the time.
Yeah. I just don't want to see it ever again. As soon as possible, please.
Weinfurter, first free throw's good. He earns the bonus.
Indeed. And if you didn't say, Dan, 9 team fouls on the Cardinals, so Eagles be shooting the double bonus the rest of the way. 5 team fouls on the Eagles, and foul situation for Auburndale not as noteworthy.
4-point game. 2:10 left. Newman doesn't need threes. They just need points. You see a lot of times teams trail like this, and they decide to shoot threes. Again, another long pass at the ankles of Isaac.
It's a high-risk, low-reward pass there.
Yeah, because if he catches it, what does he do with it? He just dribbles it out to the corner, right?
Yeah. He's football quarterbacks. He can throw every pass, so I get it. I get it.
No shot clock, so Newman's going to have to foul or hope for a turnover.
Oh, they're going to have to foul. I mean, Auburndale they're so structured. They're very fundamentally sound. They're not going to give the ball up. I don't believe. So
1:40 left.
Bates comes out now on Yeski.
Yeski, dangerous pass to White Eagle. Another dangerous pass. Yeski blocked by Gustafson out of nowhere.
Big block by Gustafson. Gets his Cardinals the ball back.
Isaac's going to take it himself. Three-pointer off the back rim, no good. Bates sacrifices himself into the bench. Establishes
himself. Throws a chair. Throws the chair down as he gets up.
Fender, high ball screen. Uses it again. Fender's going to take this. No good. Back iron. Weinfurter with the rebound.
Yep.
Timeout, Coach Weinfurter. All right, let's send it out to our sponsors. We'll be back after this with hopefully the conclusion of the game.
We said we're growing, and we are. Come join the Crystal Finishing family. We're looking for experienced industrial maintenance mechanics, CNC fabricators, all driver positions for our freight team, as well as skilled and general production. We know the importance of a work and life balance. Our shift options and flexible schedules set us apart. Our pay ranges from $17 to $43 per hour depending on your skill level. We're proud to be a family-owned company that is committed to our community, team members, and the growth of our business. Call or jump on our website to learn more.
All right, here we go, Dan. 66 seconds left. It'll be commercial-free 66 seconds as Dan said, probably, very likely here in the coming minutes, bring this Merriwood South, our Zaleski Sports Game of the Week, to an end.
Long way to go. Tough pass.
Another tough pass.
Yeah.
Back to back.
Oh, picked up his dribble, able to find Wilford.
So foul's going to have to come here fairly quickly. I'm sure Coach Waldvogel, yep, there we go. He said, all right, we're either get a steal within this amount of time or when this person gets the ball. And one of those two things had finally come to a head there.
So back to the shot clock here.
Yeah.
If we have a shot clock, Newman just plays that out probably, right? If the shot clock is 30, 35, because they get the ball back with 35 seconds left. Actually, you'd probably fall right away, but at least there's some strategy to it, right? Where if you're down one possession, you can hold, right? You need a defensive stop.
Well, what it is, it makes it interesting.
Yeah.
Knowing that this time is coming. I've advocated for 40 seconds.
I think that'd be fine.
I think it's fair.
Make it 45.
Okay.
Like, whatever.
Sure.
Whatever it is.
Sure.
6-point game. Newman's got to start looking for threes now.
2-possession game, and it's going to be White Eagle with the steal. And that may have just done it, Dan.
8-point game. Seidel gets the Bates. Long pass. Too long again. Wolfert has it. It's loose. On the floor, it's going to be out of bounds to Newman.
But look at the effort here. Look at these Eagles flying around the floor. Wilfert may be a little bit banged up, but look at these guys up by 2 possessions and looking to put the final nail in. I think it already may be in, but they're on the floor here with 26 seconds left. That's to be admired.
No, I think a lot of people will say, man, what would this game be if Prey was playing? And you can't think that way, right? Seidel, long 3 contested, no good.
It's the situation we were all given here tonight.
Yep, Weinfurter with the rebound. And I think Newman's just going to let this one go.
Our Nasonville Dairy postgame show comes up next. It'll be Coach Chad Weinfurter and our Zaleski Sports Highlight House Player of the Game coming up after this on Zaleski Sports. Final score, Auburndale 57, Newman 49. Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on U.S. Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com. All right, so we're here with Kim Hyman. Kim, Nasonville Dairy, 125 years in the making. Tell us about that.
You know, it's fantastic. It was the first plant built in Wood County back in 1885. Sal Nason and his family came here, and they started a small dairy plant. Eventually that plant burnt down, but then they rebuilt onto this same facility, and our family moved here in the late 60s in 1968 and took it over from there, and it's been just a fantastic growth. Great community, great people we have working for us. Oh, it's an open market. It's huge. You know, the opportunity for the diversity in the cheese industry is fantastic, and you have to be that way in order to sell a lot of product. And so we've got a great group of people working on the research and development side for us. So it's been really fortunate for us. Oh, right. We have 185 farm families that market their milk through us here at Nasonville Dairy. And we are so lucky we have like the best dairy farms in not only central Wisconsin, but in the United States, marketing milk through us. So we're just really fortunate on that side.
Actually, we started in 1968. Our father brought us here from another cheese plant in Wisconsin. We had come from the cheese business. We've always been in the business. We had moved around the state in different parts. He brought us here about that time. The plant ran 7,500 pounds of milk at that time, and now runs about 1.5 million a day. So. We originally started out with making cheddar, and now we make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmers Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Friar, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, as well as making some Gouda Edam and a little bit of Munster on occasion.
Here in our Nasonville Dairy postgame show, Nasonville Dairy, fresh cheese curds made daily here with Coach Chad Weinfurter. 57-49. We were tied at 25 at the half. Had kind of an extended halftime, but some of your guys weren't out here. What, talk to us about halftime adjustments. I don't think we talk about that enough, or at least the people at home don't really maybe understand what happens in the locker room. In a game like this one where it was tied at the half, what are you telling your guys in a game like this?
Well, usually you try to pick a couple things. If you mention too much, they aren't going to listen to you anyway. Our mental and physical effort, I didn't think were very good. We had some mental breakdowns, and then, they're really good athletes, obviously, at Newman, even without Mason Prey. So, the fundamentals of rebounding and being in the right spot. So, once again, it took a while, but eventually we got there.
Coming out in the second half, your guys able to make some nice post touches, able to get some nice passes, get the defense flowing away from the strong side, get it through the lane, and Mason was a beneficiary of a couple of those. Talk about maybe a strength in tonight's game like that.
Well, sometimes in close games or when you get down a little bit, kids tend to think they got to do too much instead of just trust the process, trust the offense. And we talked about that at one of those timeouts. Just trust the offense. Quit trying to force things. Don't play hero ball. And we came out of that timeout, and I think it was Webb to Lucas, and Lucas ended up getting the and one there. And I said, guys, if you just trust it, it'll work. We don't need to play one-on-one basketball, and I thought we did a really good job of that down the stretch to build that lead and eventually hit free throws at the end.
I've talked to you about physical play before. Your conference is a physical conference. Coach Waldvogel was a little bit concerned about physical play here in this one. How do you think that played out tonight?
I asked one of the officials at one point, is this just a war underneath the basket? I mean, what do I need to tell my kids? Because there are guys flying around all over, and it is. It's a conference filled with great athletes. You've got fall sports stars, whether it's football or cross country or whatever it is. Connor was just named the Win Brockermeyer Award in Marshfield, and Newman's 8-man football is really good. Obviously, we had a good football. You look at the athletes across our conference, and it is. It's sometimes it resembles the physicality of maybe bigger schools.
57-49, Coach. Congrats. You're on the winning side tonight.
Thanks.
You're welcome. All right. We'll talk to our Zaleski Sports Highlight House player of the game, Mason White Eagle. Mason, good second half, I thought, for you in particular and your guys. Your teammates were able to find you on that weak side of the lane a few of those times. Tell us, how does that develop? How do you practice now turn into reality on those kind of plays?
Our main point on offense is just to move the ball and find the opening spots. And once that happens, a lot of the times the guys I'm on try and help, and I get open, and they're really great at finding me down there. And I try and finish as best I can. Could have done a little better with that, I think, tonight, but we got the job done, and I'm happy with that.
certainly got the job done there, got the job done defensively too. This is a high-scoring team. I know they were without one component tonight, but still, they can put up numbers in bunches. How were you guys able defensively to have the kind of success that you had tonight?
I think overall, all of our players combined can guard every position and level. We are very quick, and we are proud of having that kind of communication and help defense where we can move about without the ball and with. And I think that we just did a really great job at kind of stopping them from driving to the basket. There were some times where we lacked a little bit and we were kind of falling back, relaxed, but Coach got us back on the right path, and I think we did a pretty good job in the end.
Lastly, let us into the life of a high school student athlete. You win a game on a Friday night, now you got the weekend, not another game till Tuesday. What's a guy like you do all weekend long now to celebrate?
Rest. Rest and plan, prepare, get ready for practice on Sunday again, and get back to work.
Excellent. Your microphone.
Thank
Camera's right there. I'll count you down. 3, 2, 1. I'm Mason White Eagle, and I'm in the house, okay?
Got it. I'm Mason White Eagle, and I'm in the house. Perfect.
Congratulations, man. Have a good weekend. Guys, we're going to wrap it up from here. Dan Ross on the call today, Trevor Zaleski on production. My name is Jason. Highlights of this game and many others you're going to find on Facebook. Just find your favorite Zaleski Sports channel on Facebook. Highlights available tonight and all weekend long. Have a great weekend, everybody.